Welcome back to 100 Days of Nice. Today we're going to be talking about body self talk, body image. These quarantine pounds were definitely having a negative impact on my self talk. So, the nurturing self talk of the day was I am confident in my skin. I am desirable and sensual in my skin as is. The integrity practice was that positive body talk, moisturizing my skin with scented oils because I was neglecting that step and I was a crusty, ashy mess. And then also having herbal baths. The C was a commitment to the process despite the reluctance. There was so much reluctance, especially on this day with the self talk, because it was so different than the self talk that was circling in my mind. So I had to practice some emotional intelligence, and then really figure out, okay, what's the underlying need here? Because this reluctance has taken over, and I was able to get on the other side of reluctance. And what that looked like for me was reverence. So I'm going to share the exercise that I used. Grab a pen or your phone to type it out. And I want to encourage you to give this exercise a try. So it's writing a letter of gratitude to your body. So say, Dear body, comma, new line, I thank you for blank. I appreciate your ability to blank. I am in awe by the way you blank. I extend my gratitude to you by blank. Give that a try. Fill in all of the blanks. If you want to take it a step further, challenge yourself to fill in all of the blanks 3 different times so that you have a total of 12 things. I will share one example of each of them if there are any of you that are like, oof, yeah, I don't even know how I would fill in that blank. Or you just nosy and you want to know what I said. I'm going to share one of each of them. So, dear body, I thank you for holding the stress I was unable to process adequately. At the time, I was doing a lot of comfort eating, M&Ms, ice cream, chocolate chip M&M cookies, and it was absolutely having an impact on the way my body was presenting itself, the way I even felt in my body, the energy levels, because sugar does so many things to our body and our energy. Um, and I was at the time dealing with a lot of stress and unable to process it adequately at the time. So, what that looked like was me eating my stress away and me comforting myself by consuming substances that don't really serve my body. And despite all of that, my body was still holding the stress on my behalf because I wasn't in a mental or psychological or emotional state to adequately process it yet. So I was able to extend gratitude for that. I appreciate your ability to nurture and nourish my children. I had complications with my first pregnancy, and then a difficulty with breastfeeding, but then was able to figure out the breastfeeding experience, and then just watching my children gain weight through breastfeeding. Like, that's something that I will eternally appreciate my body for, is bringing life into this world. And then after the life was here, um, nurturing that life even more and plumping it up with all of this beautiful cuteness. And that's something that I can always appreciate my body's ability to do. I am in awe by the way you tap into my subconscious to communicate important messages to me. One way that I get trapped into maladaptive coping, and I know many of you get trapped, is that when we're feeling stressed, we try to distract ourselves with other things so we don't really deal with the real issue. And it's my body that taps into my subconscious and sends me messages like, hello, this is important. We need to deal with this right now. And sometimes in my mind, I am so preoccupied with checking things off my list or doing whatever it is I have to do or getting caught up with that or checking that I forget to be as reflective as I need to be to deal with all of the things I need to deal with to meet my needs. And my body does an amazing job communicating with the subconscious mind to bring to the surface what needs to be dealt with. And that's something that I am in awe about. And lastly, I extend my gratitude to you through intentional nutrition, hydration, and relieving you of the duty of holding it all on your own. And that is part of where the integrity practice came in, and part of where my intrinsic motivation then came in to change my relationship with my body and appreciate it exactly as it was. So I'm actually gonna deal with what I need to deal with and stop forcing you to carry all of this weight on your own. I'm gonna I'm gonna do some of the lifting that needs to be done by my psychological self, that needs to be done by my emotional self, that needs to be done by my habitual self, changing some of those habits, and beginning to be more intentional about what I was putting into my body. And so appreciating it by bringing a little bit more fruit into my diet, and I began drinking more teas and water more regularly, and just cleansing it from the toxicity I was forcing it to hold. Um, so that is how I moved from reluctance to reverence, and I hope you find this exercise helpful. If you do, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.